lovelies, this is Blossom. So today I have something a little bit different, and as you could see from the title, this time it is about the three realms: land, sky and sea. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because actually in my fairy course I did talk a lot about the elements and we worked with the elements, and however, I also want to bring the concept of land, sky and sea in it, but I didn't really could fit it in. And I think most pagans, or whoever works with witchcraft, works with the elements, and that's just fine. Just, no problem with that. But it does not fit for everybody. So we have the element of fire, of earth, air and water, and when we work with that, many take those elements and they put a direction to it, and also draw a circle based upon it, use it in ritual work. I work with the elements myself, but not really in ritual work. There I like to prefer the concept of the three realms of land, sky and sea. And that's why I definitely wanted to make this video today. If you are used to use the elements, you might think it's just, earth, air and water. But the difference is that you really have to think of it more as realms. It's three realms, not so much, the elements. If you prefer to read about it or read it again after the video, I also wrote a blog post. I will put the link in the description box. So this might be interesting for you if you are going a more Celtic path, and I use Celtic now loosely because I know it's language based, but maybe Celtic influences, or maybe even Druid if you are more into Druidry. So this could be a wonderful concept to use in your ritual work or in your spell work, or meditations on the three realms. So in many of the Celtic tales we can read about the three realms. For example, in The Cattle Raid of Cooley from the Ulster cycle, to give you one example. In these stories, the three realms are seen to represent a natural order, and any imbalance would have catastrophic consequences. However, let's have a look at the three realms, starting with land. The land is symbolic of your homeland, where your feet wander, where your ancestors once walked the same paths as you do, and those, I'm not necessarily talking about the blood relatives when I talk about ancestors. It represents the comforts of home, security and nourishment, but it does not just represent our earth, it extends beyond our world and reaches to the stars that we observe in the night sky. When you work with the land, you can also invoke the gods and goddesses of the land, the planets, the moon, the forest and the plants or trees. Take some time to explore the concept of land and how it is more than the earth itself. Christopher Yu wrote, "The land is the living expression of the universe." You can journal, meditate or get creative when you explore the concept of land. How did your own area transform over the years? How do you experience your own surrounding landscape? If you work with deities, which one could be representative of the land you are living? The next realm is the sea. The sea represents the universal soul. It connects everything else to itself. Everything that exists is connected to you and vice versa. The realm of the sea gives you the message that you are not alone. If you call upon the sea, you call upon the source of all things. In mythology, we can find many stories that represent the transformative power of the sea. Even if you don't live close to the sea, I don't, you can still explore this realm in your mind. But it is not only the ocean, as we know. The sea connects all things, and every spring, creek and river eventually leads us to the ocean. Explore the realm of water in your own area and discover which path
nearby rivers must follow to reach the ocean. You can also do some research about deities here, deities of the sea, and gods and goddesses that represent interconnection. Then we come to sky. The sky is symbolic for spirit. It is a place of inspiration, creativity, and vitality. It also serves as a bridge between matter and ether. Ask yourself what the difference is between spirit, the sky realm, and soul, the realm of the sea. Let your mind wander and get creative with this not so easy task. To explore this realm further, you can work with the gods and goddesses of high places, or for example the sun and the moon. Now, in some sources we can discover an old way of making oath in which a person swears that if he or she does not meet a condition, may the sky fall down and crush me, may the earth open and swallow me, and may the sea rise up and drown me. So we can see these realms, representing the powerful sources of creation and destruction, are to be taken seriously in Celtic-inspired traditions. If you want to experience all the realms, you can go to liminal places where the three are present. So you can go to the sea and stand on a high cliff where land, sky and sea meet. And if you don't live near the ocean, you can go to freshwater lakes or rivers. Feel the air around you with its warming sun, walk the earth with your bare feet, and sit still at the water. So now, how can you bring these three realms into your ritual work? I'm referring to the book again, Celtic Magic by Christopher Hughes. He suggests in his book to have a cauldron or something similar. It should be able to take some heat, and it should be watertight. In my case, I simply use the fire pit in my garden if I'm doing my rituals outside. The way the ritual is represented in this book, the cauldron should be the center of your ritual space, and it functions as a portal. The cauldron is a symbolic inspiration and magic that seeps into our world. When you stand in your ritual space, close your eyes and imagine a triskel taking shape. Then you open your eyes again and go to the terminal points you visualized and mark these points with a candle or something that is representative of land, sea and sky. For example, for land, you could use stones or rocks. You could also use a jar of soil, whatever you can think of. For sea, you could use either a chalice with water, or you could use seashells, as I do here. For the sky, you could use feathers, but if you do ritual work outside and it's windy, like here today, I wouldn't recommend that. You can take a representation of something, you can have a bird representation. You could have, like here, a little figurine, a fairy figurine that flies up in the sky, for example, if that is your thing. Or you just take an incense burner. So further in his book, Christopher Hughes describes a whole ritual with a text you can say to call upon land, sky and sea. I will not mention this here, but I would encourage you to use your own words. Work and explore the three realms, and when you understand what those realms mean to you, you can write it down and use this for your rituals.
So this is only a brief introduction to the three realms of land, sky and sea, but maybe it inspired you to use this in your ritual work, in your spell work. Maybe you were never comfortable with the elements or didn't want to draw a circle this way. So maybe I really hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment. If you have any suggestions for what other videos you want to see, I would love to hear from you. Just leave me a comment, or you can also contact me privately. Everything is in this the description box. There we go. I was actually thinking about doing a bit more about dowsing and pendulum work. Let me know if that is something you would be interested in. Then I could work something out there, but only if, you know, if there is any interest. And for the rest, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. Thank you and bye bye.